Hey everybody, good morning. Stacey Wells here. I'm up early. I have to go to a funeral today. One of my good friends' husbands passed away real suddenly, and so I have to do that. And I woke up like at 4:30 and just couldn't go back to sleep, probably because I knew I was gonna have to get up. So you know how that goes. So I thought I'd just go ahead and get started, and I'm gonna replace this piece here with a pour like I did last night with the hair dryer. So I'm just gonna, I guess it's sort of a swipe, maybe it's kind of a, yeah, I guess it's sort of a hair dryer swipe. That's what I'm gonna call it anyway. I'm gonna just layer the paint across the middle. I'm not putting a base coat on it this time because I've got a lot of paint, so I think it's gonna be fine. These are all a mix of primary elements, pigments, and regular paint, except this one. This is just primary red by Master's Touch. There's no pigment in this one. I like to use both pigment and paint when I can. It takes a long time to mix up the paint. It's a pain in the butt, but it makes for really beautiful colors. This next one is Burnt Umber by Arteza, mixed with a little bit of Color Smart bronze and some bronze pigment, Arteza pigment. So they're not all Color Smart pigments. Some of them are Arteza pigments. I have this and the silver are both Arteza pigments. This is Color Smart Persimmon mixed with a little bit of orange and a little bit of yellow by Master's Touch. Or the orange is Master's Touch, the yellow is Craft Smart. I'm going all over the place this time. I mean, I've got all different kinds of colors, different brands of paint, and you name it. Okay, and then I'll go ahead and put the black on. And the black is just, it's not got pigment in it either. It's just regular Master's Touch black paint. And they all have a little bit of PVA mixed in, and they all have silicone. Y'all know I'm a big fan of silicone. I don't ever mix anything without silicone. Why not? Doesn't hurt, and it usually helps. This is copper. It's a Arteza pigment mixed with some Deco Art metallic copper paint. Isn't that pretty? It makes a really pretty copper. Let's do yellow now so I can get that separated from the gold. This is Craft Smart yellow paint with which color? One of my hang on. It's not Arteza. They're I will think of it in a minute. These are new ones that I got not too long ago. I've barely used. Oh crap. Hold on. Let me look because I can't remember, and that's gonna drive me nuts. Well, of course the jars don't say anything. That doesn't make any sense, does it? Nothing I can read anyway. They're dang it. Well, hang on, I got my glasses right here. Let me see if this says anything. Pearl X. Sorry. Pearl X. I forgot that I had ordered those. I have those too. And this color here is kind of a vermilion. It is Liquitex Primary Red, I believe, mixed with Red Poppy Color Smart pigment. Poppy Red Color Smart pigment. I got lots of paint. I got plenty of paint. This is some silver. I don't know why I threw that in. I just did. It is Arteza pigment and some Pearl X silver and some DecoArt silver paint. And this is my DecoArt gold paint mixed with I believe one of the Color Smart pigments, but it could be an Arteza pigment. I can't remember exactly. That's a lot for me to remember. I don't have a good memory, y'all. Not anymore. I don't do so good anymore. Alright, we're just gonna blow this out from the gold out. I wish I had more gold in there kind of separated to blow from, but I don't, so we're just gonna blow it out and see what it does. I actually like the way the center of this one blew out better than I do the one I did last night, because there's not as much of the center color. But last night's was a little different. It was Shelly art, so I had a cell activator going down the middle, so I needed a lot of that. But this time I didn't have that. Look at this neat stuff going on. Pretty cool. I'm gonna let that paint move back into the center there real quick. I can see it's moving a little bit. Pretty neat stuff going on here and there. Let me see if I can torch it. I don't know if I can or not. My torch is still acting up. Damn it. I'm gonna have to get a new torch. After it gets going, it will work. It just takes it a while. I can't move it too fast. Yeah, a little piece just fell out of it. I was torching something the other day, and a little gear-like thing just fell out. And I was like, what the hell? My torch is just literally falling apart. And my husband managed to cram it back in there and make it work, which I'm very grateful for, because I'm on a fixed income. I get money every 17th of the month, and I'm real bad with managing it, so I'm always out of it by the 17th of the month. So I didn't exactly have it fit into the budget to have to buy a new torch. And you know you can't do hardly anything in this business without a torch. And I torch everything. Just about. Let's see. Where do I want to go first? I guess we'll boogie on down here. I really don't want to mess up those cells right there. I think I'm going to go to this corner first. I don't want to mess up that pretty little blob of cells right there. Maybe this way I won't have to. Well, it turns out I got probably the right amount of paint on there, because I like to have enough paint that I can move it around and kind of be choosy about what I want to keep and what I want to lose. And so if I had less, I wouldn't be able to do that. I mean, I got plenty. I got, you know, more than enough, but I like to have more than enough. And I like to be able to stretch things if I want to, and I can always do that, you know. This is really pretty. I like it. I'm just going to pour a little off that way. There's my cells I didn't want to lose, okay. Still got them. Sorry, I know y'all can't see through part of this, but I'm just pouring off some paint over here. Because I did have one the other day. It wasn't a piece I was keeping. It was one I wasn't happy with, but it crazed a little bit. And it was a Shelly art piece, and I think I had too much paint left on the canvas. Because I had used the GAC 800 in it, and that usually prevents crazing pretty good. I'm just going to pour a little bit more off just to be sure. I really like this piece. It's interesting and pretty and different. And got some real distinctive things going on in it. Let's pour just a tad more off over here. Just, that's all kind of looking pretty similar, so I can afford to drain some of it. I like the way it's pulling that yellow and orange down anyway. That's neat. I like the way that is. Okay. I'm pretty happy with that the way it is. I may just, one more thing. I may pull a little bit off this corner over here, because there's not just a whole lot going on in that corner. And there's some neat stuff going on that I can pull up into it. And that'll drain a little more paint off too. Okay. Now. Yeah, I'm glad I had that much paint. I think it was the right amount of paint, actually. This is cool. It's pulling that gold and yellow and orange down into the side where it was kind of boring. Yeah, okay, I'm leaving it alone now, y'all. Before I screw it up. I think that's pretty. Very different. I gotta get some of this paint off my hands. I'm gonna torch it again, but we'll see how well that works. I'm gonna torch. Please don't quit. Earlier, yesterday, right after all this happened with the torch and he fixed it, if I could keep it going for just a few minutes, it would stay going. It's just right when you first start trying to turn it on, it doesn't want to work right. So I just have to keep trying. I can't live without a torch. I have to have a torch. There you go, it's working a little better now. Yeah, I was freaking out. It's just this little bitty piece just popped right out of the center. And we crammed it down in there with a pin. And just like jammed it in. Very, very technical what we did. See how those colors, just the shimmer and the glimmer, those, you know, glitziness, that comes from the pigments, except for the Deco Art Gold. That's always got that. But the other colors, the shimmer that they have comes from the pigments. And that's why I like to mix the paint and the pigment, because the paint gives it a boldness and a vividness. And then the pigment gives it that shimmer that's so pretty. And I found, you know, I believe, now I've done one or two pieces that are not bad, but I think it's better to not use all pigment. I don't know if that's the same thing as saying you can have too much flitz or bling or however they put it. I've heard people posing that question, you know, talking about whether or not you should use just all pigment. I personally don't want to use all pigment. I like to add the paint. There's something about it. It looks kind of muddy to me compared to pigment plus paint. I don't know. I think there's a boldness and a vividness that comes with the paint that you don't get with just the pigments. But that's just my opinion. I have, like I said, I've done a couple of pieces with just pigments that are perfectly fine. They're pretty. So I don't know. I just kind of prefer to have some more substantial color. I guess that's the way to put it. There's something that seems more substantial when you add the paint. I don't know if that makes any sense. I'm feeling very lazy, so I'm not washing these cups out today. I'm throwing these cups away because I don't feel like washing them. It's first thing in the morning, and I don't feel like fooling with that. Let me get that down so y'all can see. Ugh. Sometimes I get that way. I try to keep extra cups on hand. You know, I try to buy quite a few of them, and that way I have plenty. Because I usually wash them out and recycle them. And I wash the sticks, too, and I'm still recycling sticks. I just turn them over, wait for them to dry. You know, I still recycle those. But sometimes I just get in the mood where I don't feel like washing cups. I feel like a dishwasher in a restaurant or something, and sometimes I just don't feel like fooling with it. Like this morning. So, let me get back over here. It's become a gauntlet to get back and forth over there where the light is. Because I made a mess. I showed y'all my room, but I'm too embarrassed. It really is bad. Okay. I'll have a look at that. Let's look up close. Alright, camera, catch up with me now. Sometimes my camera gets on this weird setting. And see how blurry that is? Now it's cleaned up. You punch this button and it cleans it up. I don't know what that's about. They don't have enough writing for me to understand. See how beautiful those colors are, though? That, with that pigment running through them, I think they're just really pretty. Look at that. Ooh, boy. Isn't that beautiful? That Deco Art Gold is just absolutely phenomenal. if you're looking for a go-to gold, that's it. It's kind of expensive. That little tub that you get is $10, but you don't have to use a whole bunch of it at a time. It's pretty concentrated. And look at how pretty it is. I mean, it's just beautiful. See that? And it makes those nice little veins, you know. It makes you think about an oil, like a mine, you know, like ore, you know. So anyway, thank y'all for joining me this morning. Like always, I appreciate it when you're here. I like having somebody to share what I love with, and we all need to reach out and be connected these days. Nobody needs to be isolating. That's not a good thing. So I appreciate you being here. Y'all join me next time. All right, have a great day.